Again, thank you for working to organize this. Be real quick, this is a wonderful place. Been a wonderful place to me. One of my hangouts, I think Karen and Greg understand, I don't come in here as much as I'd like to because I just don't have that kind of time. Because when you come in here, it's not a 15-minute run to buy a book. You're going to end up in, first of all, you're going to look at the books for an hour. And then you're going to end up in conversation for another hour about what's going on with our people and our community. So sometimes I walk by and I cross the street so won't nobody see me and wave me in here because I'm in a hurry. I wanted to say we were doing some things on Facebook yesterday, Julian, Ed, and some of the others of us, and we had put some stuff on there that was said by one of America's greatest anti-racists ever, a man named Albert Einstein. We don't talk about that part of his life much, but he did as much to fight racism, being the president of Anti-Lynching Society, as he did in his scientific exploits. And both of them were equally as great. One just doesn't get talked about. And one of the things he said is that, along with your book, Dr. Brown, that you just bought, where we talk about the complicity in slavery, he said all white Americans are complicit. And the only way that I can avoid complicity is by speaking out. Yes, sir. And it is time for this city to speak out against racism as it pertains to African Americans. It's no longer in style, I know, to talk about racism in African Americans. You can talk about it with other people, but not us. But the fact of the matter is it hasn't gone anywhere. And all you've heard today is just indicative of the kind of unbelievable racism that exists in San Francisco. And one point I just have to make is that if we can create the kinds of tax breaks and initiatives that will invite a Twitter and a Zynga in the town, and I'm not against that. Folk need jobs. Our communities need to be uplifted with new development. All that's cool. But what about maintaining the great businesses and institutions that exist that bless our people in more ways than just bringing money to the neighborhood, but bringing culture? Yes, if you think about it, there's an assault on this community. All of everything we talked about today as it relates to the African American community, urban renewal, the foreclosure crisis, is just a question of the transfer of wealth. When you see this building taken out of the hands of African Americans and put in the hands of some others, once again, it's a transfer of wealth. And the wealth that has been taken out of African Americans' hands, no one is speaking out against it outside of the African American community, and that means you're complicit. Yes. So we're asking this family to understand. We know you're Americans, we know you have rights, but there are some things that go beyond those rights, and one of them is right and wrong. So we're asking you to work with us, to become a part of us, and to understand the greater need that this community has. You'll get the money you invested back, and you can go somewhere else to produce wealth, but please don't do it on our backs. So God bless you. All right.
Thank you, Reverend Townsend. I want to bring Greg and Karen Johnson tonight, the owners of this fabulous institution. You guys are so appreciated for everything. Thank you.
Well, first of all, we'd like to voice our appreciation for the entire group and the overwhelming support that we've received from every direction. My parents always taught me that education comes in many forms. This has been an education and continues to be. We are proud that people recognize the importance of the hard, lifelong work of the co-founders of Marcus Bookstore, Dr. Julian and Ray Richardson. For us, as the third generation, it's a pleasure to be here. We hope to continue being a part of the landscape for many, many more years. This business is not based on capitalism. It's based on the importance of integrity and on the importance of betterment for the community at large. Okay? We're not here to subsidize ourselves. We're here to grow the community. We want that to be known. This is not a war. We're not in war with the Swiss family. There's no intention. We're at peace. But we want social justice. And we won't be denied social justice. That's all we ask at this particular time. Now, I'm not naive enough to go forward and not appreciate, look back and say thank you to all the dynamic people in this particular room and outside of the room. Because without you and those people who are not here, this would never exist. It would have never happened. To me, it's like a dream, but it's a dream that's come true. It is now time.
Yes, it is.
It's the moment of change.
Come on.
We are the catalyst of change, and that's the intent, the purpose of this particular press conference. It's the voice, not just our opinion,
Come on.
but to say that we have strength.